You need to just think about yourself as being a small media company that also sells sofas.
I don't know this, but I assume James has got a clever bottle of potion on his shelf in his workshop that totally can clean up most fabrics.
People don't necessarily need you right now, but the key is when they do need you, they think of you first.
And you've hit the nail on the head there. It's not aggressive. It's not posting in the wrong group and annoying a certain set of fans who are into knitting.
Then it will see you huge returns on both your investment in time and energy. Welcome back to Make a Video Your Business with Chris and Matt.
Says it behind us.
Yeah.
Unless you're listening in the car, then you can't see that, right?
What to talk about today?
We've just had a new series of videos made for our business. We make a lot of stuff for everyone else.
Yes.
We also make a lot of stuff for ourselves, right? So we've just done a new business profile, new meet the teams, loads of different quick fire questions, some fun stuff, like so people can meet our team a little bit more because it's grown recently and whatnot. If you want to dominate your local market, whatever industry you're in, what does local and good in terms of video look like? Local marketing. What does good local marketing look like?
Depends wildly on your business model. We need to just think about how we can get into areas where there will be eyeballs. So how can we penetrate local groups, local markets and whatever? One of the best things to do is to start thinking about yourself not as a company that produces whatever it is you produce. Widgets, tyres, switchboards, whatever, right? You need to just think about yourself as being a small media company that also sells sofas or also does upholstery or also does widgets, right?
Yes. Reason being?
Reason being that you can piggyback on other people's marketing and other people's social networking by being present in your local market. Yes. So a really good example of that is a thing that we call the digital mayor. People who have attacked their local market not by talking about themselves and their service and their product, but by offering advice or insight.
Yes.
By making video content that is of interest to their potential viewers. Mm-hmm. So a really good example of that is we've worked with a number of property businesses where they will go out to a local upholsterer. My friend James, if you know,
let's use him as an example.
Using him an example. So you go out.
Shout out to Manthorpe Furniture.
So you go out to have a chat with James about his business, about what he does, about what his business offers the local community, whatever. Never talking about your business, what you do. You're just doing it because you want to showcase other businesses within your area or charities or community groups or whatever. And what it does is it puts you in the mind's eye of a completely different demographic of people who might never have come across you. Because if you are a solicitor or a accountant, estate agent, whatever it might be, you're a service or or a product business.
Yeah.
And until someone actually needs your service or wants to buy your product, you're invisible. You're invisible to them. Because if I don't need a solicitor right now, so I could name 3 or 4, but I don't know any of them really.
Yes.
Whereas if you start putting yourself into local markets, if one of the solicitors at Chatterton's went, do you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to go all around Grantham and I'm going to talk to other local business people about Grantham and about business and about the area and about charity and about how fantastic Lincolnshire is as a place to live, work, invest.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to talk about law and legal stuff, but I'm just going to put a little logo on it that says sponsored by Chatterton's at the end of it. You're putting yourself into markets where people won't have come across you or won't think about you.
Guaranteed.
But then when they do need you, you will be the first person they think of. And we've said this in other podcast episodes, and it was something that Mark Burgess said to me. The human brain cannot distinguish between meeting someone in real life or meeting someone virtually or digitally, which is why we have an affinity with celebrities.
Because we think we know them, because we've seen them.
Yeah.
In terms of actual local content, I mean, again, if we stick with James, Manthorpe Furniture business, he might want to consider putting out some FAQ type videos where,
Yeah.
what if I've
perfect.
spilt red wine on my cream sofa?
Ah, perfect.
I don't know this, but I assume James has got a clever bottle of potion on his shelf in his workshop that totally can clean up most fabrics. So then James puts out, say he does a trial for 3 months. And once a week for 12 weeks, he puts out one video on something useful, like on my table leg on my dining table is wobbly.
What's the best glue?
Point making is FAQs. If he put one out every week for 12 weeks, I could almost guarantee that other local businesses might just go, oh, that's worth a follow. And then James gives them a follow back.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're seeing what James is putting out. James starts seeing what, say, Watkins the Butcher starts putting out.
Yeah.
And then actually the Venn diagram beauty of it all is you get in the middle, you got James's tribe and the Watkins's Butcher's tribe start sharing followers. And then those followers follow other local business accounts who then see and it's cyclical. It just keeps going and going and going.
And people don't necessarily need you right now. But the key is that when they do need you, they think of you first.
Yes.
And so there is an exponential growth in business.
What we find is that not a lot of people are doing it. So when one does it in a town, they're often the first to market with videos.
Yeah.
And because I'm from Grantham, I will watch Grantham-related content.
Yeah.
And maybe the surrounding area, but I will not watch Look Northeast.
It genuinely works that if you give out information without expectation, regardless of industry, regardless of what you're selling, what service you're selling, what product you're selling, if you give information, advice, support, particularly locally, where you are working within an environment where you sort of know where all your customers are going to come from, then it will see you huge returns on both your investment in time and energy.
Yeah.
So strong advice. And we've done this with customers all over the country and it's been successful for them. So we know
it works.
We know it works. It turns businesses into money-making machines.
Yes.
Because everyone knows they exist. And that's the key part. It's about showcasing that you exist, but without doing it in an aggressive, salesy, cold calling sort of way. You're just softly putting yourselves in all of the right networks and spaces and putting your faces and your people into your local market. And that's what's really, really key.
No, and you've hit the nail on the head there. It's not aggressive. It's not posting in the wrong group and annoying a certain set of fans who are into knitting, and all of a sudden you've joined the group because they're trusting of you and you start posting property tours in a knitting group. They're going to soon kick you out or question why you're doing it. So do some research, find out where your tribe are going to be hanging out. You put your expertise on video and tell someone something they didn't know already. And if you do that regularly enough and softly enough, they will come back to you for some advice when they need it again, I think.
Bye, my friend.
Goodbye, Internet.